Supreme Chancellor Obi-Wan Kenobi by Stone Freak. Chapter 4. Obi-Wan, in his rooms, refusing to leave. There's a part of Obi-Wan that's screaming at him that he's shirking his duty by hiding away like this. It screams and wails and almost hurts. The larger part of Obi-Wan, however, is tired. Tired, confused, and scared. He hasn't been this scared since just after Qui-Gon died and he was suddenly a knight with a Padawan. Oh, he demanded as much. Anything to keep the promise he'd made to his dying master. But he had still been scared witless. Everything had been turned on its head and he hadn't known where to even begin. It's just like that now. The war has dragged on longer and longer. His nerves are fraying. He sleeps far less than is recommended because there's just so much he has to do and so little time in which to do it. Perhaps he should go talk to a mind healer, but he really doesn't have the time for that right now. He made master before Anakin was even knighted, and he has always felt it was too early. Before he knew it, the war had started, and there was little time to consider his change in status. Becoming a part of the Jedi Council had been another shock to his systems. The fact that someone even suggested that he should be made Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic makes him want to run screaming into the night, never to be seen again. How in all the core worlds has he managed to make people think he'd be the right person to hold that much power? Isn't it enough that he's a Jedi Master on the Jedi High Council and the High General in the Grand Army of the Republic? Especially since he can't shirk his duty and quit any of them! Unless, of course, the rest of the council decides to oust him should he get elected. Force, what if he gets elected as Supreme Chancellor? Obi-Wan takes a deep breath and releases it slowly. He repeats the action. In, out. In, out. He slowly gets a grip on his anxiety and touches on the Force as he breathes out. Plants. He was considering getting some plants for his apartment. Obi-Wan sips his tea in contemplation. He planted most of Qui-Gon's in the Room of 1,000 Fountains. They have grown well over the years, and surely Obi-Wan could bring some cuttings back to his rooms. Of course, that would mean leaving his quarters in the first place, which means seeing other people, which gives Anakin a chance to catch up to him. Cody is probably prowling around with the 212th somewhere, too. Obi-Wan sighs and finishes his cup of tea, immediately heading to his small kitchen to refill the cup. He'd like to go to the training halls and do a few katas to burn off some of the jittery, nervous energy in his system, but again, that means leaving his room and probably talking to people. He stops and casts a critical eye on his small sitting room. He could probably just rearrange his furniture a bit and do some of the calmer and more contained katas right here in his apartment. He lets himself smile at the thought before he sets his still steaming cup of tea on the counter and goes to set things up.